Hi, McKenna. Thank you so much for sharing. I really enjoyed what you had to say in regards to cultural humility and social justice and advocacy in the counseling profession. Three big things that I heard you say was addressing the barriers within the client's lives, whether that be oppression, racism, whatever it may be, addressing those barriers so that we may work with them even if we have not come from the same background as them. But that does, like you said, require a lot of self awareness to my own biases, my own privilege, my own stances that may have caused me to see things differently. And I really enjoyed your discussion of the woman at the well. I really love that story, um, and kind of the systematic oppression that had beheld her that resulted in her being where she was at that moment. And it led me to think about two articles that I've read recently, one being Counselor Advocate Scholar Model Changing the Dominant Discourse in Counseling by Ratz and Greenleaf in 2018. And they were talking about as counselors, we often will discuss with one another, but we most often discuss with people who look exactly like us. Our discourse is interpersonal, and that's great, but it should also push us to have conversations with people that look different than us. That, yes, we are a counselor, but our counseling should push us to be a deeper scholar, which should push us to deeper multicultural education and competencies. And then that pushes us to be a stronger advocate. And all of these things are working together to change the discourse within counseling to more than just the people I feel comfortable with, but really pushing me to be self aware and have those conversations and grow my education, my multicultural education. And one way this was in another article that I read was on counseling refugees, a practical approach to counseling refugees um, by Lon and Dantzler. And they really put this into practice of what does it look like to be multiculturally aware in a growing number of populations that are different and have different systems and have different thought processes and ways that they interact, and what does that look like for them. And one way that they found is that they couldn't really get to the depth of what was ailing them, what was hurting them until they met the lower level needs, kind of like Maslow talks about. Um, and so they really pushed for social and cultural diversity in the realm of refugees, which really reminded me of the woman at the well, and kind of the oppression that she faced. And it all drew me back to the preamble in the Code of Ethics, which talks about honoring diversity and embracing a multicultural approach. So I thank you for sharing what you shared with us today. I thought it was insightful and really got at the heart of who you are and who you desire to be in counseling. So thank you.